Okay, to begin, I would like to restate how physician-assisted suicide should not be legalized. Now, the affirmative has brought up many claims about how PAS helps people and how they're benefiting the people. However, they did not mention how they're also negatively affecting other people. Megan has mentioned many alternatives, and I would like to like to state why PAS should not be legalized. With PAS, doctors are given way too much power. Patients put their faith and trust in the opinions of their doctors. If doctors tell a family there's absolutely no chance for a patient to survive, the family is likely to believe them. This is a problem for two reasons. First of all, doctors make mistakes. Just like any other person, a wrong diagnosis could lead to the suicide of a savable person. Second, doctors have the ability to play God and decide who they encourage or discourage on the prosperity of recovery. For example, imagine a doctor who believes there is too much of a shortage in medical staff and resources to pour extra time and money into elderly people. He may always lean towards the side of no hope when the odds are sketchy. An example of this is from Wesley J. Smith, a senior fellow in Human Rights and Bioethics of the Discovery Institute. He states that studies show that hospice-style palliative care is virtually unknown in the Netherlands, where euthanasia is legal. There are very few hospice facilities, very little in the way of organized hospice activity, and few specialists in palliative care, although some efforts are now underway to try and jumpstart the hospice movement in that country. The widespread availability of euthanasia in the Netherlands may be another reason for the stunted growth of the Dutch hospice movement. As one Dutch doctor is reported to have said, "Why should I worry about palliation when I have euthanasia?" Based on the events, we can see how doctors would begin to move towards PAS instead of putting efforts into saving a person. Edmund D. Pellegrino, MD, and Professor Emeritus of Medicine and Medical Ethics of Georgetown University states, in a society as obsessed with the cost of healthcare and the principle of utility, the dangers of the slippery slope are far from fantasy. Assisted suicide is a halfway house, a stop on the way to other forms of direct euthanasia. For example, for incompetent patients by advance directive or suicide in the elderly, so too is the voluntary euthanasia of a halfway house to involuntary and non-voluntary euthanasia. PAS is a slippery slope with negative repercussions. Netherlands is the prime example. Now, based on the Health Research Funding Organization, in the Netherlands, it is reported that some 61% of those who received a lethal dose of painkillers did not know that they were being euthanized, even though some 27% of those who received these doses were reported to be fully competent and able to make this decision. In addition, based off of the same source, it is also reported that some 10,000 citizens of Netherlands carry a "Do Not Euthanize Me" card on their person at all times, in case they are in an accident or unconscious or are taken into a hospital unexpectedly. Now, from this, you can see that PAS negatively affects everyone around the patient, not just the patient. Thank you.